All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Guy, Little Guy podcast.
We're going to start it off with me taking my shots for my loss on the McGregor fight. Sadly, it did end in a way I did not expect it to end.
Yeah.
Sadly.
That ankle break was...
I was expecting you to be taking these shots, but I'm fine with taking them because I've yet to try this, and I'm very excited because you know how big of a fan I am of McGregor, even after tonight. So this is going to be good.
Down the chin it goes.
Oh, it went up my nose. All right. Oh, all over the table.
Gonna get this room smelling like
Alcohol. I do have to drive home, but I'm going to wait until this is out of my system. A couple hours for sure.
Oh yeah. Yummy. Sorry for that noise.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Big Guy, Little Guy podcast. For those of you who didn't or who skipped through the adult part, I guess.
Yeah, the 21 and over.
Yeah.
If you're in other countries,
I don't know.
pretty sure it's like 16. I
Which
think
is
there's
weird.
some countries in Africa that don't even have an age limit.
That's pretty
I think they give their children alcohol for medicine.
So, I'm your co-host, Tyler.
And I'm your other co-host, Anthony, as Little Guy. I said
And-
Little Guy with a stretch.
And I'm Big Guy, and I heard a little crackle come out.
Yeah, I tried to open my mouth and put it against the mic like ASMR or something. I was like,
All right, so the finals.
Man, Sun's up 2-0.
That's crazy. That's
Wow.
2 shots for me right away.
That's already, he's already got to take what I took. I mean, this is payback already. And from the looks of it, he might be taking 4 shots. I might be taking 0.
I would say I probably am because the Bucks defense is just horrible. Like adjustments throughout the game are just ridiculous. I mean, they have no adjustments. That pick and roll is just eating Giannis and them alive. Chris Paul, I mean,
He's playing amazing. He looks like he's in his 20s.
He does.
He does. That's crazy, man.
I mean,
Wow.
he broke Drew Holiday's ankles a couple times that last game, man. I was like,
The Suns just
He's
have it this
36.
season. They are playing they're
But-
playing perfect.
You can just look at a team throughout the playoffs. If you go look at the Chicago Bulls, obviously they had Jordan, but you look at all these great teams and they've had it throughout the playoffs. You're like, well, they should lose this game, but they end up winning them. It's just like that with the Suns right now. Like they're winning games they shouldn't win, and they're just winning games they should win. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
why they're
absolutely.
here. And Devin Book is who's your MVP? Because
I think
Aiden dropped. Aiden just completely dropped.
I have CP3. I really do. I mean, even though Booker is having an amazing game, this is a big postseason for Chris Paul.
Do you think the story for Chris Paul is going to be? Is it going?
It's going to be the
fact-
reason why he gets the MVP.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I mean, this is his 16th year,
It's
first
kinda like-
NBA Finals,
it's
and
kinda
he's
like
blowing it out of the
Iguodala's.
wall. Well,
Him taking on LeBron and shutting him down.
in a way, I think the MVP trophy was stolen from Curry to give to Iguodala. So I wouldn't compare it to Iguodala and
I wish they had a
CP3.
defensive trophy and an offensive trophy.
Yeah.
Because Iggy's defense against
Well, they do a
LeBron
defensive
was,
of the year.
Well, I mean, for the finals.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about finals. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Whiskey kicking in. But no, I wanted a little better finals, just like I wanted a little better McGregor and Poirier fight, but I don't know. It's just
But I do have CP3, and I think it's going to be because it's his 16th year, first time in the NBA Finals, and he's showing up like he should.
he's definitely playing the part, man. He is. He's killing it. He's going absolutely crazy.
He's going ham. I cannot wait till tomorrow night.
I can't either. It's going to be a fantastic game. The Bucks have to do something with their adjustments at halftime. They come out and they look decent, but you can tell their defense is struggling. Then the second half, they don't do nothing to help their defense, and it just goes away from them every game, it seems. I mean, what's that? Back-to-back games with double-digit losses?
Yeah.
Or double-digit point loss? I mean, that's,
And, I mean, Giannis isn't playing a bad game. I mean,
no, he had 42 points. 42 points last game. He needs help. And We recorded a podcast before this, but it was
we did. We recorded it before game 2, and
it just died.
It did.
The audio just went.
We went back while it was being edited, and it was just trash.
And I did my best to try to fix it, but it's just not fixable with the technology.
So we do apologize for not having a video out. We plan on having a video out before every finals game.
Yeah, hopefully.
If it doesn't work out every 2 finals game, which, I mean, 2 more finals game could be it. I mean, let's be honest.
It could be.
We'll find out tomorrow how the Suns play. If they go up 3-0, it's almost a guaranteed win for them in at least game 5. I mean, the Bucks might come back and win game 4. But, I mean, it's possible they can come back from a 3-0 deficit, but they're not LeBron James.
No, they're not. They're not. And like I was saying before we got onto this, or during our last podcast, we talked about how great Chris Middleton has been. Boy, did he just throw that in our face, which you guys didn't get to see because it was maybe one day we can look back and maybe put it up, but right
hopefully we could probably fix the audio somehow. We just don't know how.
I don't think it is. I looked everything up, and echoey audible is just not fixable.
Yeah, if you want to know the problem, it was very echoey.
Yes, it was horrible. Like, imagine Anthony's last video or the first video times like 100. It was
times 1,000. What do you mean times 100?
It was horrible.
That sounded like RoboCop.
I sounded just as bad. I don't know why.
Both of our mics were bad. I don't know what it is. I might have to get the same mic you do because we did order from different websites because we didn't know what mics we just ordered.
I plan for this to be my gaming one, but I'm using it for my podcast one until I can find a nice stand-up one. I made a bad gesture there. That would have been weird, taken out of context very easily. But
why do you have a controller on your desk?
That's how we were watching the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we got it on PlayStation.
I mean
the fight. Yeah, we got it on PlayStation. I forgot about that.
Man, that fight.
Man, I'm still mad at that fight.
All right, let's go in talking about fighting a little bit. What happened? Tyson himself has COVID.
And his camp. I think his camp was exposed to it.
I don't think that really matters when the fighter has COVID. But yes, COVID outbreak, I guess, in his camp really hit hard.
And they're postponing it till August probably.
I'd say probably later.
Really?
I'd say so.
I'd say they'll postpone it a month, so like August 20 something.
I don't know. I mean,
because it only takes about 14 days for COVID to get out of your system, I think.
Yeah, but if you look at some of the athletes who come back, they don't come back the same, so they may give him another.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Recover. I don't know. I guess we'll just get more news on it later. Crazy. How do you let something like that happen? I mean,
COVID-19, man, it gets you anywhere.
It does.
Which I mean, I'm not sure where he's stationed either. He might be in he might be in LA or something. I mean, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
New York, LA, I mean, all major cities.
A year and a half later, and COVID is still affecting us.
Not so much where we live.
No, we're in the
rural area. Like, I mean, the closest city we have, some of you might not know this, but it's Lexington, Kentucky, and that's considered our big city, and that's not a big city. We do have Louisville, but Louisville's
a little further
away than Lexington. Lexington's like right down the road to us, basically.
All right, so we asked this question when the Bucks were down 1-0, but like I said, the podcast didn't get
posted. No.
But now that the Bucks are down 2-0, are they in trouble this year?
They're in trouble. They're in trouble, and I'm not sure if Giannis will ever get a ring. He is just so...
Not with Budenholzer.
He's unlucky. He's so talented, man. He's going to go down in history as an amazing player,
but will he go down as... Well, we used to pull up Chris Paul as that guy to be like, he's great, but I think he might be getting his ring this year.
Yep. Hopefully it doesn't take Giannis that long, though. Yeah, I mean, it probably won't take Giannis that long because chances are he probably might not last that long, him being a much bigger guy and so athletic. And
it's very possible.
Bigger guys tend to fall off a lot sooner than smaller guys.
His jump shot has not performed.
That's why CP3's been able to play this well this season because he's not had an impact on his body as much as bigger guys.
He's never been a dunker, so he hasn't had that.
Not sure if he can dunk.
I don't either. Honestly, I don't.
I mean, Curry's 3 inches taller than him and looks like he's in better shape, and he could barely dunk. Because I think CP3 is 6 foot even, right?
Yeah.
He's a short NBA player.
6'1" maybe.
You sure? I think he's 6 even. I think he's like the same height me and you are.
Yeah, I think he's about 6'1".
CP3. I wonder if it'll pull up if I type in CP3. Oh, it does. CP3 height. I don't care about weight. He's 6 foot even.
6 foot even.
He's our height. We could be in the NBA.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See all this? I'll be the tiny Shaq.
Trey Young's 6'1". Wow. Damian Lillard's 6'2". He's shorter than Curry.
We're doing podcasts.
Well, this is sports. And we were talking about earlier about Damian Lillard and the Warriors and New York Knicks and stuff.
Oh yeah, we on our last podcast we did a little game called Trade or Keep. It's going to be a little harder for him because he's a little boozy, but I'll name a player and then he'll say if he wants to trade or keep, and then I'll give my input on that as well. So. Trade or keep Ben Simmons. I know we talked about this last our first podcast.
I'd trade him.
Trade him?
Yeah, I'm gonna trade him.
Any reason why?
I just don't. I mean, you know me. I don't like Ben Simmons.
Don't like Ben Simmons?
I don't like Ben Simmons at all.
Good reason to trade somebody.
Yep. Trade him to the G League or the bench.
G League
or home.
I'm trading him, but not for that reason. I'm trading him because he doesn't fit with the system that Philly has for him, and Joel Embiid. Like I said in the first video, the way Joel Embiid plays, he's got to pass it out to a point guard if he's doubled.
Yep.
And the point guard's got to be able to make shots, and Ben Simmons doesn't even take shots. So I think he could be a superstar, but not with the 76ers, not with Joel Embiid.
No, with most teams in the NBA.
Well, no, I think if he went to the Warriors, they would be a championship.
Oh, yeah, I said most teams. I didn't say all teams.
Because you get Ben
But
Simmons.
I don't want Ben Simmons on the Warriors. I don't like Ben Simmons.
You get Ben Simmons running the point, getting about 10 assists a game with 10 rebounds and about 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
Passing it out to the perimeter. Oh, man. That's a deadly one. All right. Klay Thompson, which I
keep.
Sure
I don't even have to. I mean, yeah, I'm keeping that guy. Though it's very possible he might get traded. Rumors saying that they might do the picks and Klay Thompson for.
Business standpoint, I'd trade him, and I understand if they do.
Because you want to trade him just because possibility of him not coming back the same.
And if he doesn't come back the same and you try to trade him next season, his trade value is going
to decrease.
It's going to tank. So trade him right now.
But what if you trade him and then he goes to another team and gets better, like he's like Kevin Durant?
Well, I mean, that's a business decision they'd have to make. But for me, I wouldn't trade him for the loyalty aspect because I love loyalty, and there's not a lot of that in the NBA anymore. It's a player-run league, so they get what they want. But
very few players in the NBA are very loyal. And I thought John Wall was going to be.
Okay. Kristaps Porzingis.
I'd keep him.
Keep him?
Yeah.
I'm trading him because of how poor he played in the playoffs.
I like how we have differences on every player.
We do. But yeah, I mean his play is just as bad as Chris Middleton's.
Yeah. I mean he does good sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Chris Middleton.
What, Chris Middleton does good?
No, Porzingis.
Oh. Not this playoffs he didn't. He acts like he's 6'3" instead of 7'3", so he wants to play on the perimeter instead of going into the...
Again, I'll say it. We said it in the first podcast. Big men are trying to play point guard.
They are. Look at Jokic. But Jokic is doing it at a high level.
He's doing it very well.
And he's done it great through the playoffs. He just, losing Jamal Murray, kept them from reaching the finals, I believe.
Another Kentucky player.
He is. Okay, Kyrie Irving.
Keep. Trade. I was about to say keep, but trade him. But that's if he doesn't leave before they have the opportunity to trade him.
He has been very unstable this season. Not saying it's a bad thing because I like we said in the first video, I hope he gets the help he needs and deserves. But I would trade him because of the attention he's bringing to the team, the bad attention.
Yep. I mean, he's taken off so many days.
He has. I mean, you cannot build chemistry when your guy when your point is taken off. I mean, he's supposed to be the lead. He doesn't have to be the leader of the offense, but he controls the offense. So I don't know. That's tough.
I mean, it's hard to have three big players like that on the same team, anyways. I mean, it's been done. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just hard. I mean, you got James Harden, who liked to score 30-plus points a game. You got Kevin Durant, who can score 30-plus points a game. You got Kyrie Irving, who can score anywhere between 23 and 28 points a game. And those players on the same team, it's hard for them to get what they want.
It is. It's tough, but I don't know. Okay, we're moving on to Russell Westbrook.
Trade.
I
I don't like Russell Westbrook.
I'm trading him, but for the simple fact that I think the Wizards, who are my team, sadly, I'm a Washington guy, so
they're not doing too good.
No. I think they need to trade, and which they made the playoffs, but it was because of the play-in. So
I think they should try to get Bradley Beal. I mean, Bradley had Brad Beal. I think they should try to get Damian Lillard. That would be.
I don't know if he'd go there because he'd be in the same situation as he is in.
But Bradley Beal's better than C.J. McCollum.
No, he is, but I feel like the Trailblazers have a better supporting cast.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they got is it Hachimura? I think it's Hachimura, but he's not. He's still young. So I think they need to try to build around Bradley Beal, but I think if they release or trade Westbrook, they're going to have to trade Beal because I don't think Beal will sit through a season
of sucking even worse than they are right now.
Yeah, it's just
because they sucked this season bad. I mean, they played. I mean, Bradley Beal had a heck of a season, coming in second place for scoring champion.
Yeah, I mean, he led most of the year until Curry went off the second half.
Yep.
All right.
And then he missed a couple games at the end of the year, which, I mean, at the end of the year, he actually came back on top above Curry. Then Bradley Beal was out for a couple games, and then Steph Curry had a really good couple games. And then they asked Steph Curry, "Did you know how many points you had to have to get over top of Bradley Beal?" He's like, you know, you don't think about it, but it's hard not to listen when everybody on your bench is telling you every time you score how many more points you need.
Yeah, it's tough. But let's switch directions and go to the gridiron for a few. Aaron Rodgers. News broke today that it's going to be a couple weeks before Aaron Rodgers knows his future.
Wow, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that he was demanding a trade and stuff, but I didn't know that it's going to be that long before he even knows what his future with the Green Bay or another team is.
I think the NFL is trying to become a player league like the NBA, but I don't think it'll happen.
I don't like that if it happens. I won't like it. I mean,
I don't like player-run leagues because I don't know.
I mean, look, LeBron James is hopping around he's hopping around to teams like the Lakers who weren't a championship team before he got there, but he built a championship team because he wanted certain people.
People will say, "Oh, Jordan got what he wanted." The only person he ever asked for was Rodman, and I mean, he got him, but
and Rodman wasn't a scorer. I mean,
but he
was a heck of a rebounder.
He is considered the greatest rebounder.
Yeah, he's a heck of a rebounder.
Because when you're 6', people list him as 6'6", but I think he's more of a 6'7", 6'8". When you're that and you're averaging 19 rebounds a game,
that's crazy.
And 18, 17, that is.
But he couldn't shoot to save his life.
No, he couldn't.
He was almost as bad as Shaq, I think, with these free throws.
He had one triple-double. He had like 12 points, 10 assists, and like 23 rebounds or something. But his defense was phenomenal, too. He's Draymond's the modern-day Rodman for a few things, but I would say he's a better – not the past couple years, but he's a better scorer than Rodman.
For Draymond to be able to get as many rebounds as he does for the height he is, it's amazing. I mean, I love Draymond Green. He's awesome. But this season, he was not selfish, and he did not take a lot of shots. He passed a lot and rebounded a lot. And he definitely he tried to help Wiseman the best he could.
Wait, we're back on the NBA.
We were talking about Rodman, and you said Jordan requested only one person, which was Rodman.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the drunk one?
No, but we started off with Aaron Rodgers, and then we ended up with
we were talking about how the NFL is becoming a player-run team.
So what is Aaron Rodgers going to do?
Aaron Rodgers is going to leave. I mean, whether he wants to or not, he's going to leave.
Well, he wants to. He wants to.
No, I mean, like, whether the team lets him or not, he's going to leave.
Oh,
I think he's just giving the team an opportunity to try to trade him to get somebody, but I think he's going to leave.
What do you do if you're the owner? I would trade him as poorly as Rodgers has played this. I would trade him to the worst team I could.
Wow.
I mean, that sounds petty, but...
Which, I mean, isn't it petty for them to go after a first-round
quarterback
when they have their franchise quarterback already?
It is, but Love was never considered the man coming out of college.
Yeah, but I guarantee that they've done that just in case Aaron Rodgers is no longer the man.
Yeah.
That's kind of pettiness. It's like, oh, we got him just in case you aren't as good no more.
But wouldn't you want to do that too, though, to ensure your future instead of relying on somebody who's 38?
But the thing is if they would have came back and done awful this year, they would have had another good pick next year because they did an awful this year, which would have gave them another chance to get another good quarterback. So they could have seen what he's going to be like this year instead of being like, you know what?
But would you rather have a quarterback that's been in the system for a year or a rookie who's never been in your system? It's tough either way, but I don't know. There's a lot of pettiness on both sides, and the Green Bay has not done well at.
They have not. Which
resolving
I'm not a
this
Green Bay.
issue.
I'm not a big Green Bay fan. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I'm not a Green Bay fan.
Ooh, I hate Aaron Rodgers. That's why I hate Green Bay.
Oh wow.
But I mean, I'm trying to be unbiased.
Yeah, I mean, there's people we hate. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I mean, it's not. I'm not bashing anybody that hates Aaron Rodgers or.
No.
I mean, people hate people. People have their own opinion and stuff. I like Aaron Rodgers. He hates Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's an opinion.
I mean, if you don't have differences in sports would be very boring.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
I mean,
oh,
look at people that say LeBron James is the greatest of all time.
I mean, I could talk to somebody who says that for hours, explaining why he's not, and they could explain to me why he is.
Yep.
I mean, there's always going to be those sides that happens.
One argument nobody can make is who the greatest quarterback of all time is.
That this is true. I don't know. People would say Joe Montana.
Yeah, I was going to say Joe Montana, but
I mean,
it's still more leaning to Tom Brady on that
It's-
argument.
7 rings to 4. But
It's still leading to Tom Brady, who literally went to another team, and his first year he won a Super Bowl.
he did. But that team was pretty stacked.
It was, but, I mean,
that was already.
he's
Super
an
Bowl
amazing
caliber
quarterback.
team.
And he went against the returning Super Bowl champs, which was Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well,
And they choked.
If they were playing anybody else in their Super Bowl,
Yeah.
the Chiefs, their first Super Bowl win, they wouldn't have won. I'm sorry if you're a Chiefs fan, but the way Jimmy Garoppolo played in that Super Bowl against the Chiefs was pathetic at the second half. And Kyle Shanahan, I like you because you were, I guess, Washington football team coach at one time. It was Redskins at the time. I like you. You play or you coach great for us. But that's 2 second half leads you've had with the 28-3 against Patriots, and I think it was 21-10 against the Chiefs, and he let slip.
I'm going to go off on a limb here and say I don't think Patrick Mahomes is as good as people say he is.
Oh, I would agree with that completely.
I mean, I'm almost certain he's going to be a great quarterback one day.
No, he's going to be good, and he's probably going to have. He's going to be.
He's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to learn.
I think he's going to be LeBron James. He's going to have all the stats. But he's going to go like 4-10.
I don't think he's going to be with the Chiefs for his entire career.
I think he will be.
I think he's going to jump to other teams when he can't win.
If he does that, then he's definitely LeBron. But I think he's going to lose a lot in the big games. I don't see that big game.
That's what happens when people come into the league, though, no matter what sport it is. Like Zion Williamson. I mean, well, never mind. Exclude Zion Williamson. He had a great season, past couple seasons.
He has.
But, like, when you put somebody so high up on a pedestal and they've never even played a game, I mean, what do you expect to happen? They're going to get so over their head.
They are. They will. I mean,
Which it's impossible for Zion Williamson just because how big and skilled he is. I mean,
he's phenomenal.
I mean, if you took a point guard and did that, it'd be a different story. But Zion Williamson is he's dominant. He's just got the strength, the mobility he's working on. I mean, but he's got everything besides the.
He's got the hops. I mean, he can jump over the rim if you want.
I mean, I wouldn't suggest no more hopping until he gets that leg fixed. But the way he walks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to end up having an injury one day. Hopefully, he doesn't break his own
I
ankle.
mean, he's already
like
had a big
Connor.
injury his rookie season.
Yep.
That ACL.
Yep.
Or was it MCL? Maybe.
But he's going to be great.
Oh, if he can shed about 20 or 30 pounds, he is going to be a little mini Shaq.
That could shoot better.
I don't know about that.
What's his free throw percentage?
Not good.
Worse than Shaq?
No. No. Only person worse than Shaq is Ben Simmons.
Or me. I don't know. I feel like
Your free throws aren't great.
I feel like I can hit more than Shaq though.
Oh, that's not saying much.
That is, he's a multi-million-dollar NBA star. I'm a free backcourt street star.
Street.
Street.
Oh, so you're putting yourself in the star category. Streets.
Of my lone self,
So
like in a group. No, in my. Don't say that because he'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna play you in a street ball." It's like, no way, you'll break my ankles.
Get us more views.
I don't want my ankles broke like Conor McGregor.
That's what happened.
That would happen to both my ankles. What are you talking about? He went to prison. He played people in prison, man. There's a video of him going to a prison.
He
And
didn't get shanked or something.
no, they loved him too much.
Oh, did
They really enjoyed him. I mean,
Really?
because they play basketball in prison a lot, anyways, and
Yeah, they do.
to have somebody that's one of the best street basketball players out there come in and play, they were just happy to have time with somebody from the outside, I guess.
All right. We're going to stay in the gridiron. Let's go with Trevor Lawrence. Bust or
Bust.
Star?
I'm going to go and say bust, even though I said it a second ago. I had to rethink my decision because, maybe no, he's going to be a bust. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just.
You haven't watched enough of him.
I mean, I've not watched enough of him, but I know enough of him to know that when you've won so much in your career, and then you go to a sport where it's barely ever you're going to go undefeated ever.
And he's going to the worst team in the NFL.
He's going to lose, and it depends on how he handles loss.
I just don't think he's going to be great. I
Tim
think
Tebow, though. He's got Tim Tebow.
He does have
Tim Tebow's, guess who Tim Tebow's got? God.
He does.
There's this quote. I'm trying to think of this quote real fast. It says, "The kingdom that worships God as their Lord is God's kingdom." I saw that quote somewhere.
You heard it here first? Actually, no. You heard it from the guy up above first. But
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's got a decent team around him, and one of the greatest college coaches of all time in Urban Meyer. But from what I've seen with him in college football, he loses in big games. He loses to LSU. He got slaughtered by LSU, and his last season against Bama, he got beat up pretty bad. So I mean, I don't know, but I have a pretty good eye for this stuff. He'll have numbers. Don't get me wrong, but it's not that hard to come out with numbers.
He needs to shave his blonde hair. That drives me insane.
He's like Sunshine from I said Teen Titans. That would've been weird.
Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go?
Oh,
One is superior to
how
the
about
other.
HD? Is there one?
Oh, I don't know. I just know Teen Titans Go is awful and Teen Titans is awesome.
But no, remember the Titans. Sunshine.
Yeah.
But yes, the way he's played in big games against NFL level talent, I don't see him being. I don't see him winning a lot of Super Bowls. I'll say that.
No, I mean I don't even see him winning
I
one
don't
Super
think
Bowl.
he'll be absolutely considered a buzz because I think he'll have stats.
I don't think he'll win a Super Bowl.
I don't think so either.
I think he'll be the Drew. Oh no, Drew Brees has Super Bowl. I think he'll be.
He does have a Super Bowl.
He does. I think he'll be. Who do you compare him to? Not saying that's who he's going to be, but who do you compare him to on where you see he potentially going?
Oh, that's
Like
tough.
down the road. Tony Romo. Handles lost very awful, so he does bad in the playoffs.
Maybe. I mean that is very possible. Lead his team to an amazing regular season, but cannot get it done in the postseason. That's how I see him.
Yep.
But let's be honest, Tony Romo struggled in the end of the season. Well, not even the postseason. But
And then I don't know what happened to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott came in and was like, he was amazing, dude. And then Tony Romo retired. After Tony Romo retired, Dak Prescott was like, oh, well, downhill I go.
So let's go into Sha'Carri Richardson. Not even the U.S. did not even pick her to be on the relay team that she was supposed to be in.
Yep. So what are they going to do? Because what was it, a 4x100 or 4x200 or something?
4x100.
Yeah, she's what's the team going to do? Because they need that fourth person.
They do.
And she was most likely the most important, which is the fourth person to go.
The U.S. voted her out. Like, it wasn't like it was the Olympics. It was the U.S. that said, no, you're done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't understand that with weed not being that big of a factor anymore. It's mind-boggling to me.
But I think in most other countries, weed is a huge factor in law, like criminal. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's kind of looking as like a face value, like, you're going to be representing the U.S. We don't want the U.S. looking bad compared to other countries, yeah. Not necessarily bad to us. It doesn't look bad to us, but to other countries, we don't know how they look at weed. I mean, we don't know how other countries look at weed.
Yeah, I have no idea. I barely know enough about our country to let alone other countries.
Yeah. I honestly probably know more about other countries than our own country. I'm very patriotic, but I do know a lot about Greece and Italy and Rome. Well, Rome is Italy, but ancient Rome and stuff, and Egypt. I'm a very history person, ancient history.
Yeah. So
sports and ancient history have so much in common, don't they? How we got on that subject, I don't know.
I mean,
well, Olympics have been around for a long time.
Gladiators and
yeah, they've been around for a while. The Olympics were in ancient times.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of the Olympic games are based on ancient games.
Yep.
So if it wasn't for like the Romans and stuff having the Colosseum.
Yeah, which that was. We just watched the UFC fight tonight. You think that's something? Getting Conor McGregor's leg broke? Just imagine getting your head cut off. And people sitting there cheering. People sitting there cheering for it. I mean, and they they would take prisoners and throw them in there with like no weapons, and then they would get slaughtered. And people loved it.
People fight for it now just to make money and stuff.
Yeah.
Back then they were forced to.
Yeah. There's this one show I absolutely
and
love.
most people make it out now. Back then it was.
Oh no.
You get in there, you either live or you die.
There's this one show called Spartacus, dude, and it's on Netflix. It is amazing. The main actor did pass away, like in the second season of cancer, and then they had to hire another actor to play the next 2 seasons. It's sad because I absolutely love that actor, but it's still a good show.
Not enough to remember his name.
Well, I mean, I have a picture of him on my Instagram from the day he died, actually.
But it's crazy.
It is. It's wouldn't it be something to live in that time period though?
No.
I would love to have lived in that time.
I would. It would.
That ancient Greece and ancient Rome
like
and Western times. Western times and ancient Greek.
I don't know if I could do it because I'm kind of like, if I smell a smell on me, and it doesn't even have to be on me. I'm taking a shower.
But this is your modern mindset. Just imagine if you were born into that mindset of not caring.
That's true.
Now is more modern to where it's responsible to be clean.
More nurtured than it is nature.
Yeah, so in that time period, things would be different. Man, I love Western times.
Oh gosh, I hate Western movies, but I love Western times.
I would love to live in that time period. Wow. Okay, Owen Wilson. It's
true. Out back, I have a little memorial dedicated. I got a big picture, and I go and pray to him every day. And the prayer. This is the prayer.
You're talking about Owen Wilson. I had like scratched my face and rubbed my hair because I did cut my hair off, and sometimes it like feels weird. So like I usually play with my hair, but I don't have no hair to play with. So then I'm just like, okay, what am I doing?
I got plenty here.
I cannot wait for my hair to grow back out.
I can't either. My hair.
Yeah, it's absolutely not long enough. I thought you were being serious at first. So they could go back and watch my face. Like, what the heck do you mean?
All right, so we definitely got rambling there for a second.
That's fine. It's a podcast. We're here for a long time. We're here. I don't know. We're here for a good time. I don't know. Well, we're here for a time.
We're here for a good time.
We're here for a time. It doesn't.
Not a long time, just a good time. No, but what else has happened in the sports world that we need to know about?
Steph Curry just won the best player of the year.
ESPY.
Yep.
or ESPNY
for the second time. It's not his first time. It's his second
No,
time
it's
winning.
ESPNY, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yearly awards. That's pretty cool.
If it was up to the fans, he probably would have won MVP.
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
fans voted him to win player of the year.
That's cool. I wonder if they got hosting it this year.
I don't know.
I thought it was hilarious. Peyton Manning, where he dissed KD for going to the finals.
Oh yeah.
KD's face. Oh, he was.
He was mad.
He's like, who do you think you are, Peyton?
But I mean, KD is not.
He's thin-skinned.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's one big reason why he left the Warriors. He just couldn't handle Steph Curry being the star of the show. He couldn't handle Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Green is an interior coach in a way.
Yeah.
He's like he critiques a lot of things and he lifts
But
people up.
he critiques it to help you.
He doesn't do it to put you down.
No.
So I feel like Kevin Durant he's just very
He takes everything
thick-skinned,
the wrong way.
and he took it to heart whenever Draymond was trying. Which, personally, Kevin Durant doesn't need that much coaching, but
He's not a leader.
anything helps. I mean, especially from a leader. Draymond Green is a leader, and he is.
He's a true-born leader.
Yep.
See, that's. I had a class this semester talking about leadership, and some people think that leadership is taught. I believe
It's born. It's born.
I really feel like you were born a leader.
You could see it naturally in people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not like they think I'm going to be a leader. It's just they come out and then everything's just like natural.
Like me in my freshman year of high school playing football.
Yeah.
Like our middle linebacker was supposed to be calling out the plays on defense, and I noticed he wasn't doing it on time. And so I just kind of not magically, but
All right, Dr. Strange.
I might have some effects in there. We'll see.
Okay, you think you can do that?
Oh yeah. I'm Dr. Strange.
All right, then do this.
Okay. Well, now you're asking too much of Dr. Strange. Dr. Wood. That's
Dr. Wood. Oh no, you just let out your nickname, didn't you?
But I instinctively come out and I started making the plays myself.
Yeah.
I started calling because our middle linebacker wasn't doing squat, and I was like, well, hell, he's not doing it. Somebody's got to step up. Why not me? And nobody taught me to do that. It was my instinct. So I feel like being a leader is.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like people can be taught.
Yeah, they can be, but they're not as.
I mean, I think
LeBron was taught by D Wade.
I think he was taught very incorrectly. I mean, I'm not saying it came from D Wade. I'm just saying like he's just. Oh, I'm not loyal to my team. Sorry, guys. We lost. I'm gonna leave.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't like people that do that. Like, I don't like people that just jump from team to team. Now, if you get traded or leave to a different team, but if you do it every couple seasons, just because you're losing or just because you want to win more or you want to prove yourself on another team.
Yeah.
I mean, what else does LeBron have to prove? I mean,
he doesn't really.
I mean, no one's going to talk any differently of him in another 5 years, especially since it looks like he's going downhill.
I mean, if he wins 2 more chips,
not happening unless they get a superstar.
You can bank on that. Okay, we'll lead that into our next topic, a sports topic. Who are the Lakers going to get this season?
Damian Lillard.
Because that was fast. You didn't even let me finish. But like,
It's the more idealistic place for Damian Lillard to go unless he stays at Portland.
They're trying to bring in a superstar, and you're saying Damian Lillard, but could Kawhi be on the table?
He could, but I would rather see him go to the Warriors.
I think he's leaving I think he's for sure leaving the Clippers because his little experiment with him and Paul George has just fallen apart. Paul George plays way better without Kawhi than he does with Kawhi.
I personally think Kawhi should go to the Warriors.
I think Kawhi needs a Phil Jackson type coach. I think that's the only way he's going to be successful anymore. Because his first championship and his first Finals MVP was with Greg Popovich, who I personally consider the greatest coach of all time. Because I'm not going to say Phil Jackson because Phil Jackson had 2 of the greatest players to ever play within. Actually, he had 3 of the greatest players to ever play. And 2 was on the same team with Shaq and Kobe. And then he had Jordan and Pippen, which I think Jordan made Pippen. People are probably going to disagree, but I think the reason Pippen was good was because of Jordan. Not
Pippen, I mean, he wouldn't have been him
not
without
winning
Jordan.
wise, but if Pippen would have went to somewhere else, I don't think he would have been the same player that
Nope.
he is with Jordan.
I love Scottie Pippen. Like today, like I liked him back then, but like today,
I don't now.
he's like so.
He's coming out against Jordan, and
Yeah, but isn't everybody? I mean,
well, no, they are, but
I mean, I personally don't like Michael Jordan as much anymore. I mean, I'm not going to take that he's the greatest player of all time away. He is the greatest player of all time,
oh, absolutely.
and I could watch his games all the time, but I don't like who he's become. I really don't.
Well, I mean, I think that was always what he was.
I mean, he doesn't gamble. At least I don't think anymore.
Well, I mean,
Hopefully,
we don't know that.
he doesn't seem like he's hungry for money no more, unless he's winning. Well,
He definitely drinks as much as he wants to.
oh my goodness,
See that documentary of?
man! We saw some tequila. We was looking for some more stuff to buy for a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He has some tequila out there, and it is
$100.
$199.
No, it was 99.
There was a couple. Like that was like
Oh.
that was a smaller bottle. The bigger the bottle is, the more expensive. And he has some different flavors or something out there.
Flavors.
Yeah, of tequila. I don't know. Him and The Rock are just man.
Gosh, their tequila.
Yeah. You know how much Conor McGregor's whiskey is? Now it might change over time, but at this time and day, it's $39.
$39.
That's not bad.
That's not.
That's not bad at all.
It's not. It's not bad.
But
you know what is bad? $100 for tequila, because
the tequila's nasty.
for me, tequila makes the clothes come off.
We don't want to see that. No, what do you
Sorry, I saw something freaking running on the floor.
Whoa, don't be saying that. I'm over here. Don't be saying that. My legs are dangling.
Georgie.
Oh, gosh.
Or Anthony. Come play with my red balloon.
I'm not scared of Pennywise.
I'm not either. The new Pennywise.
I'm not scared of clowns. A lot of people have a phobia of clowns. I don't care about clowns.
I don't have a phobia, but I don't like them.
I don't mind
I
clowns.
prefer them to stay away from me. But mannequins, on the other hand, woo.
But I never grew up with clowns. Like I never I never grew up like around clowns, or like I've never even seen one in person. So
You know what? I don't know if I have. No, I have. Dude, I tell you what made me scared of clowns. We went to a McDonald's.
I've seen the McDonald's clown. They used to have this little sculpture sitting outside where you could sit on it, sit beside of him on the bench.
Like he's sitting cross-legged. My mom and dad's like, go take a picture with it. I'm like, I'm good. And they literally picked me up and put me on the clown's lap.
I used to have this teacher. He was terrified of clowns, and he used to every single day he was my history teacher, which is why I love world history, because he was just such an amazing teacher. His name was Mr. Roberts, and his son was our quarterback on the football team, who then ended up going to a different school and playing for our rival, but his dad was still our teacher.
Ooh.
And well, he was one of my favorite teachers of all time. And he used to put up riddles every single day we'd go to class, and every day we'd go in there, we'd have like this bell ringer, and we'd have to solve the riddle. And it would give us like 10 extra bonus points if we could solve the riddle. And one of the football players snuck in, I think his name was Brady Wood, I can't remember, and he snuck into the room in there and got on his computer and put a clown picture on his backboard. And Mr. Roberts walked into the room and flipped out and walked out.
He was like, deuces. Y'all don't got nothing to do today. I'm done.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
But I'm not scared of clowns. I mean,
I'm not.
I'm trying to think of things I'm scared of. What I'm scared of is chupacabras.
Spider. What?
They're not real, but I'm terrified of chupacabras.
How do you know they're not real?
I mean, I don't know for 100%, but I've been out in the woods by myself at night before,
It's creepy.
and it's creepy. Like, you hear something around you, and like, possums, raccoons, deer, whatever. That's fine. When I get that in my head, I'm fine. I'm not scared of
you
that
hear
stuff.
deer outside regularly?
Yeah. When I was in Ohio just a couple months ago, I was sitting out there by myself. It wasn't night. It was probably around 8 o'clock. And I had this fire going by myself. And I just sit there like some nights out in the middle of the woods. And I looked up, and it was dawn. So it was still daylight, but it wasn't dark. I look up because I heard something moving, and I see a doe. And like, I didn't see the doe yet. So I like started sweating a little bit, looking around, hearing for it. And then I see it, and then it looks at me, and then it made this weird cry noise. And I sit there, and I swear I thought it was going to charge at me. I was like, I was sitting there with this weird face, like looking right into its soul. And then like, my instinct, I didn't want to run away because a deer is way more faster than me. So I sat there on that stump looking at it, and it just kept like making this noise every couple seconds.
Did you do it back?
Yes. I didn't make the exact same noise back because I couldn't, but I made like this weird noise. I can't mimic it, but it was like, "Arr, arr," and I kept doing that. and and then it like took its foot and like stomped it, and that's when I freaked out. I was like,
What?
it stomped its foot
On what?
on the ground.
Oh.
On the ground.
I thought you said it was
And then I
stomping
stood
something.
up really fast because that's when I was about to. When I saw it stomp its foot, I thought it was coming at me. So then I was about to jet.
About to charge you.
And then I stood up and it ran away. And then 3 other deer followed behind it, and I was like, I would have got freaking ganged up.
You would have been trampled by it.
They were all doe though, so if it was a buck, dude, I'd have a freaking. It'd be through my chest. It's freaking antler. Like, oh man, I got a 9-pointer this weekend. Really? Where at? Oh, here's all the scars. Oh man,
All right.
that was a good conversation.
I felt
But chupacabras, man,
chupacabras.
I'm terrified. Like if I'm
You
like,
sound like Daryl from The Walking Dead. I think he's terrified of chupacabras.
well, so there was this one night I was probably 15 years old, and me and my stepbrother. Oh, this is terrifying. Me and my stepbrother wanted to. We owned 55 acres of property, and it mostly was hill and forest and everything in eastern Kentucky. So if you know where eastern Kentucky is, it's in the middle of the Appalachia. Well, we thought it was wise to get a tent. We went up one weekend and spent the night in the woods, and it had poured the rain. And I woke up the next morning. It was probably like 3:30 in the morning. It was dark outside, like pitch black. It had rained all night up until that point. For some reason, water still got in the tent. I was covered in water, soaked in water. I woke up. My stepbrother was gone.
Sounds like you need a lesson on fixing your tent.
Well, that's not I didn't mind that. But I woke up, and you could see fog. We was up in the top of a hill, and there was so much fog everywhere. And there was a graveyard like a quarter mile down the hill to the right. And I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. My stepbrother's gone, and I was like 13 or 14. So whenever I saw that, I got out of the tent looking for him, thinking he just went to go use the bathroom or something. He was not there. And then I was like, okay, I'll sit here for a minute.
It's
and
a forest. I mean, isn't there a possibility he went a different way than you?
What do you mean? We slept. We fell asleep together.
No, I know when you went to go use the bathroom, or if you,
No, I just poked my head out of the tent. He wouldn't have went far to go pee or poop. He wouldn't have went.
I'm not pooping in front of a tent. That's gross.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have went like down the hill. Like this was a flat area up on a strip mine. If anybody knows what a strip mine is, when you have coal mines, they completely tear the forest out and then dig, and it was an abandoned strip mine. So there was like, it was like at the beginning of it. So it was a bunch of flat land for a while, and then it went down to hillside. And
All I'm saying is I'm not pooping near you or a tent.
well, okay, well, so I had woke up. He was gone. I looked for him, didn't see him. Went back in the tent, laid down in that puddle of water, debating on if I should walk back down the hill about 1.5 miles by myself with no flashlight or nothing. Like I had no cell phone or nothing at this time. And I was like, he's not back. I was like, I'm going to go back down and see if he's at the house. So then I started walking, and the further I got down the hill, the more foggy it got. And it was pitch black. So I was just like trying to feel where I had walked down the path. Because there was a couple trails, like deer trails and coyote trails, whatever they were. And man, it was terrifying. I finally got back down to the house, and it was probably about 5 o'clock whenever I got back down the house. So it took about 1.5 hours to walk down. And I went back into the room, and then we looked in his room. He was asleep on the bed. So then I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to bed. So I went and laid down in the bed. Next morning I woke up. I was like, why the hell didn't you wake me up and tell me you was leaving? Like, because I was terrified of chupacabras at that time too. So in the back of my head, I was just seeing this thing run out that was my size, that was covered in like hair that was falling off, that looked like an animal had rabies or something, with these sharp teeth just chasing me. And then every time I'd hear something, my ears would get really, really hot. I would get like chills down my neck, and then I would start like sprint walking, and then I start sprinting, and then I would slow down just in case I didn't miss my like next path that I had to get off of. And it was like the scariest thing in my life. And then the last couple of seconds when I saw my house, I ran. I was like Usain Bolt. From like when I saw my house, I sprinted that whole way, and I think I could beat Usain Bolt in a race. Like no joke.
So I don't think you know what a chupacabra is.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
Well,
we're on a
okay,
podcast.
okay. There's a lot of different, because chupacabras are a myth. So there's a lot of different types of chupacabras. There's some that are like the size of like German shepherds that just have teeth, like saber tooth, but
Yeah,
opposite way or whatever.
That's what a chupacabra is.
Yeah, but there's other forms that look like werewolves that can walk on 2 legs.
I don't think that's a chupacabra.
Yes, it is.
No, I think it's something. It was on. Sorry to sound nerdy, but Supernatural, that movie or show Very good show.
I'm talking about werewolves. I'm talking about.
No. I'm telling you, you need to watch that show because they go over stuff that I've never even heard of. I don't remember.
Well, okay. Whether it was a chupacabra or not, that's what I'm scared of. Whatever that thing is called is what I'm scared of. You're having bad luck with your mic tonight.
I keep messing with it. Okay.
Oh, man. You having fun over there? What's your thing you're scared of?
Spiders.
I mean, like,
hold on.
mythical scare, fear.
I'm cutting this part. Okay.
Mythical creature.
What am I scared of mythically?
That you've always been scared of that you'll probably never be scared of. Like, you'll never not be scared of. Other than spiders. Something that's not real. It could be real, but not spiders. I mean, we just saw a spider a couple minutes ago. I mean, and you didn't go freaking run away and hide and cry like a baby.
I used to be until I kind of became I wouldn't say dad, but a father figure.
Yeah.
Because when you're a father figure, the first thing you think of is your kid.
Yep.
So I thought of Boog, which I'm not gonna say his name just for I don't you guys don't need to know his name, but I thought of him. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta protect him.
Yep.
That goes through my mind now. Now, like 3 years ago, I would have been like, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna kill this spider for me.
Well, you did do that.
Well,
in a way.
In a way, I did.
You didn't freak out like that. You was just like, oh, there's a spider. And you was like, don't walk right there. There's a spider. And I looked up at it, and I was like, oh, I'm not scared of spiders.
Yeah. My what is it called? Arachnophobia?
Heck, I don't know. You're using big words for me. I mean, I didn't even know what a chupacabra was until a few minutes ago, I think.
But I think it's arachnophobia for fear of spiders. But that's kind of gone away now that I'm older.
Yeah.
And like I said, a father figure. But mythical creatures.
Chupacabra, werewolf, vampire, the rake. The rake is something. That's bullcrap. You telling me if you went outside and you saw a werewolf just standing there at your face, dripping saliva, you wouldn't be like.
That stuff just. Well, I'm not scared of anything mythical because I don't really believe in that stuff. I would like to believe in some of it. Like for the longest time, I believed in Bigfoot, but now I'm just kind of like.
You're not scared of Bigfoot?
No, I'm not scared of Bigfoot.
You're not scared of an 8-foot-tall grizzly gorilla, a bear-looking human that could walk around with feet bigger than your.
Because
I ain't gonna say, but
I think it's just maybe people saw something like a bear or maybe a monkey that's just
a monkey on steroids,
no, like an ape or something like. Just kind of
but apes
like
are
at a weird angle, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Bigfoot." I don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot. I used to, but now I'm just.
I don't believe in Bigfoot either.
Oh, you're making such a case.
Yeah, but I'm trying to dig into your mind to find out what you're scared of.
All right. Well,
I don't believe in the chupacabra, but it's still in the picture of my head, and I don't want to hear no running after me in the middle of the night.
What sounds like that?
Freaking Tasmanian devil. That's what sounds like that.
Yes. We're not Looney Tune land. Brian gonna come through the door and be like, "I need you guys to play ball with me."
Oh man.
No, I'm not scared of anything like that because I know it's not real. So
Yeah.
I'm more scared of a bear than I am chupacabra.
I'm not scared of bears.
Okay, well I was just giving an example. I'm not.
All right, that's an awful example. I'm sorry.
Oh, what do you mean?
Mine was a chupacabra, and you're like, I'm not scared of nothing.
Okay.
Maybe a bear.
I named something.
All right, big man. You gonna fight a bear? Are you Habib?
I might be.
Habib over there wrestling grizzly bears.
No, but you named something that's mythical, and I named something that's common
Yeah,
in
but
Kentucky.
yeah, I mean,
How many times do you?
how many times have I ran into a bear though? How many times have you ran into a bear in Kentucky?
Once. But
How many times have I ran into a chupacabra? I would argue once or twice. I don't know what's chasing me. I mean, I don't look back when I'm running to get to that point B, not point A. I'm not looking back. You're like, oh, that's where I came from. Oh, that's what's chasing me.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, I made a mistake when I was a kid. I remember I was like 8 years old and I was in bed, and my mother and father were sleeping. I mean, they weren't sleeping; they were on the couch. This is probably 9 o'clock at night. I was young, so I was going to bed early. And
It's a little bit shorter than your last story.
I don't know. Okay, so you know those laser pointers?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but someone was doing that through my window. And I don't know where it was coming from. Both my parents were in there. But someone was shining a laser pointer through my window, and it was on my wall. And it was probably just a neighbor or somebody messing with us. But it scared the crap out of me as an 8-year-old. I was looking at it, and all I could think of was...
Sniper?
No, at 8 years old,
I don't... Dude.
I was thinking of freaking...
8-year-olds play Call of Duty now.
I was thinking of that Chicken Little for some reason. I was like, aliens. I was like, aliens, oh my God. And then I get up, sprint to the living room. I mean, sprint. And this is the reason why I don't wear socks in the bed no more. I was wearing socks. I looked back, and I saw something black chasing me. And we didn't have...
your sock.
No, we didn't have black socks. No. I would look back, and there was something black, and it was long, and it was chasing me. Well, chasing me, and I freaked out. I jumped on the couch, couldn't find anything. Nothing was there. But come to find out, for Easter that year, a couple of days before that, I had got these monkeys that have like styrofoam on the thing that hang around your neck, and it was stuck to my sock, and it was chasing me through the house because it was stuck to my sock. So now I'll never wear socks again, just in case I go through a scenario like that. And I look back, and something's chasing me again.
Okay. We do plan on doing a big guy gaming or big guy little guy gaming channel.
Yes, we do. We do. We have a couple channels.
The first game he will play will be VR Five Nights at Freddy's.
I've never played that game. I didn't even know what that game was until like a couple nights ago. We watched a YouTuber. Won't say his name. Can we say his name? Markiplier? Too late.
Well, too late now.
He's a good YouTuber. I mean, I'm not going to take anything from him.
He's fantastic.
And that video right there, holy cow. I didn't even know what Five Nights at Freddy was until then. And now he's so keen on putting me in
because
a VR headset to play.
I'm not usually frightened by games.
I'm terrified. We played Paranormal Activity, and
I'm not going to say that because I am terrified of video games. But like when I'm watching a scary movie, I never get jump scared. But
scary movies aren't bad.
Games, I get really fidgety. But that game, I've never screamed so loud.
I'm screaming right now in my head, and I've never even played it.
It sounds like you need a hospital, pal.
No, we're going to reserve that for Conor McGregor tonight.
Oh, gosh. I didn't mean that kind of hospital.
Well, oh, okay. All right.
I think that will do it for this podcast.
What? We're ending already, guys? Come on now.
We've recorded for an hour and a half.
That's fine. We could talk all night long.
Do you want to ever get this video uploaded?
Yes, but I think this is fun, guys. I really do. I enjoy.
This is fantastic.
Even though we went from sports to talking about
life experiences.
But it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. And when you talk about podcasts, I mean, you talk about stories. You don't. It's hard. When you're talking for an hour and a half, it's hard to stay on one subject.
It is.
And honestly, I'm not complaining because it went into, like, I had fun.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was fun.
And the reaction will probably be its own. Well, you'll know by this, but
whatever you guys see is whatever's out there.
Yeah, the reaction is not going to be part of this podcast.
It's not.
It's already an hour and a half,
which the reaction will be a short video.
It'll probably be 20 minutes, maybe.
Maybe. I don't remember how long we filmed.
I think it was 20 minutes. So we got this podcast will probably end up being 45, 50 minutes because we had a big incident where our camera died on us.
Yeah, our camera died and we heard a beep. And we weren't used to hearing that beep because, we're new at the...
Was that the beep?
Yeah, that was the beep.
That you said, are we going to die?
Yeah. So we heard a beep, and I looked up. I didn't know where it came from, and I turned around and said, are we going to die? And then I looked over to the corner of my eye, and the camera turned off. And I was hoping that was going to stay in the footage, but it was not in the footage.
Yeah, it was sadly deleted. But this was a fun podcast.
It was.
I definitely want to do more reactions to sports, like
fights.
live reactions to fights, and we may even do one.
We're gonna have some highlights in our reaction too.
Yeah, if I can.
If we could, I mean, I don't know if we'll put
the copyright.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna put the break in. We might put the break in, but we might put an advisory for it.
Yeah, because it.
I mean, that's not. I mean, they showed it on TV when we watched it multiple times, but
it's not going to be the slow mo.
It's definitely not going to be the slow mo.
It's just going to be a straight up. Just
I mean,
what happened because you couldn't really tell what happened.
We're fine with seeing that stuff, but we know a lot of people.
Yeah,
they don't like seeing that stuff.
It's gruesome for some people and barbaric, but.
I mean, I didn't like seeing it because of who it was.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing it for anybody. I don't like seeing anybody go through that.
They spend their whole lives.
They do.
Training for that,
but it extremely hurt because of him being my favorite UFC fighter.
But this will do it for this podcast. If you liked it, please click the like button. Subscribe for more content.
Absolutely. We got Instagram.
Turn the notifications on because
Absolutely.
so you know when we're posting.
Absolutely. We do.
All our socials are in the description as always.
As always. And as always.
Anything else?
And as always.
And as always.
And as always. And
see you in the next video. And
can't forget Owen Wilson. Ooh, we also speaking of Owen Wilson, we might have a video coming out in the next couple of days of Loki. Talking about Loki.
Please.
We're low-key talking about Loki.
Yeah.
If you understand that. Because we're low-key.
But this will do it for this video. See you in the next podcast. I'm Tyler.
And I am Anthony. I forgot my name for a second.
He did. Send help. Send help now.
Please. We'll see you in the next one.